All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Tuesday Q&A. Today, we don't have anything specific to go over, so really it's very open. And we'll take any questions you've got, whatever they are, and hopefully we can answer all of them. If not, we can always get back to you at a later time via phone call after the meeting or later in the week. So if you're unfamiliar with how this works, you can go ahead and hit the React button down at the bottom, and then you can click the raise hand button, and then we can go ahead and take your question.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Hey, Melissa.
Hey. Yeah, I have a question. I've never been on this call before, but I was wondering, I know some businesses are charging or adding a credit card fee.
Okay.
And is there any way have y'all considered doing that? Having an area, I mean, where if they chose credit card, that it would add a percentage.
Yeah. Yep. That is a possibility. If you are you currently using Stripe or are you using a different merchant?
No, I'm not on Stripe. I'm on the other one that I started out with you guys on.
Okay. So probably First American.
Probably.
Okay. Yeah. So there is a way to do it with First American, but it's more manual. But if you were to move over to Stripe, we can make it an automated process to where if they do select card, it'll automatically add the percentage that you chose or the direct passover, essentially, is what I would call it. So all your fees that you would normally get, it would just go directly to that customer, and it's automatically calculated. So the math is taken out of it for you.
Okay. Do you have people doing that?
Yeah. Yep. It's becoming a lot more popular, I would say, this year.
Yeah. Okay. So I need to switch over to Stripe.
Yeah, unless if you're just trying to get past that, I guess generally it's probably like 3.1%. I don't know, just depending on your business. But if you're just trying to get past that, you could always just look at raising your rates by, that percentage, and then you
Okay.
kind of fill that gap. But that kind of
Mhm.
turns away some customers, or it can cause some discomfort in the business. So
Yeah. I just wasn't sure. I know, I guess when you notice that, you like as a patron that that you're paying that fee is different than not really realizing.
right.
Okay. That was my question today.
But if you do want to explore Stripe, you could put in a ticket and just ask for me, and then I can go ahead and send over your current rates for First American over to Stripe,
Mhm.
and then see if they can get it a better rate or match it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Tyler, I'll do that. Thank
All
you.
right. Sounds good. And which business are you with?
I'm with Hatcher's Cleaners in Sevierville, Tennessee.
All right. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right. I'll be on the lookout for your ticket.
Okay. Thanks.
Yeah. All right, Enrique.
Morning, Tyler.
Hey.
Hey, I have it's more of just like curiosity rather than a question, but this again kind of goes back to smart marketing. We don't have it. I just have a question about if somebody were to hop on, right? So, and this is just kind of a scenario. I've ran Facebook and Instagram ads, and I do it at a very, very short budget, literally $100. But I have seen return on that, meaning like it'll get paid back. Like the customers that have came in and have used those services through whether it's Instagram or Facebook have exceeded those $100 and more. Do you guys do something like that? And if so, what? How do you guys go about it? Meaning, like, do we hand over basically our social media accounts? And again, the reason I ask this is just because we want to get our word out there, whether it's through Google, and I find those apps to actually work. Like, actually, customers are real customers. It's not like a bot, right? I don't want to be bombarded with a bunch of just bots or anything like that, or paid a service and things like that, because I just feel like that's a waste of time. Do you guys do something like that, or how do you guys go about that?
Hi, Enrique. This is Denise with Smart Marketing. So we've been building an ad product within Smart Marketing. Right now, we are running full Performance Max campaigns. We've been sort of testing out doing this. We have about 7 or 8 clients. Pretty soon, I'm hoping that we're going to be launching more widely. So to Facebook, to Instagram, LinkedIn, wherever someone wants to advertise. And so the idea is that, yes, you could hire us, you would pay us a monthly fee, we would build and manage your campaigns for you, show your results, and make sure that those are all running the way you want them to, handle the whole entire thing. Is that what you're
Right.
asking?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Because again, like because I have a lot of time, right? I have all this time to basically try to get more customers, and I have found out that customers in Instagram and Facebook, if the ad is run correctly, they will come in. You know, they like I will see it, and then it exceeds the budget. Where I'm like, oh wow, I just literally put in $100 to this, and it's kind of like a slot machine almost. Not really. I'm not like trying to gamble, right? But I literally see that where I'm like, I'm literally giving this $100. It's making it's already paying for itself and more. I just want to do that more at scale, and again, I'm doing this basically on my own. So I haven't hired any other agencies, just literally kind of looking up through Google, finding it out, and using a lot of AI. And it just testing things out where I'm like, okay, well, I just literally created this on Canva. And then I wanted to also, I wanted to look good. So sometimes it might take like a long time for me. But if you guys do something like that, I'm like, oh, that might be easier just because they might work with that you guys might maybe are familiar with Facebook more rather than kind of doing it as myself by myself. I'm assuming you guys probably have dealt with more Facebook's accounts or Instagram accounts or business accounts that because I just literally see that there's a lot of value in that. So I want to just kind of spend more money on that because I don't really have to go out there. I don't have to go out to like whether it's like a marketplace and try to promote services like literally all online and they just come in and I just want to be able to do that more and I'm just super curious about if you guys do something like that because I know you guys have I think 3 services: the campaigns, the reviews, and the social. So kind of I'm thinking of like the social and the campaigns like that together and sometimes not necessarily to like get customers, right, but to get our wording out there so people know that we're here. And I'm based in Seattle, so this very very close to Seattle, about like 20 minutes away from the city or 15 minutes away. So it's definitely a very tech nerdy type of place. Definitely people that I feel like they don't even want to go to the dry cleaners as long as they get an ad. It makes sense. They you guys are really really good, especially like the back end system. They're like, oh, I can track my stuff. I can see there's one store here. I can see there's another store there. So it makes a lot of sense to just kind of follow up with that and build on that if that makes sense.
Yeah, well, congratulations on having such success without, using professional. That's great for you. Um, but yes, we are planning to build it out. I don't want to say too much right now, but there is something that we're hoping will get launched in the near future. And so one option is yes, you would just say, this is what I've been doing. I like it. I want to just replicate it more. That's fine. But we'd probably also be able to start something completely different if you wanted to try other things. So yeah, it is coming. I just want to make sure you understand when we say campaigns, we're actually not talking about ad campaigns in that reference. We're talking about marketing like email and SMS campaigns.
Okay.
But it's very confusing because I know you use the word campaigns in multiple places. You run an
Yeah, in
ad
terms, yeah, because I
campaign.
literally think of yep,
Yes, you
and I
do
feel like
run
you know
ad
what I'm talking about.
campaigns. Yes. And so that campaign is different. That's built into the smart system where you can run lost customer messaging, thank you messaging, haven't been in 30, 60, 90 days, route, trying to push your routes, anything you want to do with your current customers to get them to do different things with your business, like try your comforters or try your patio cushions. That's that's what that campaign is referencing, and that's actually something that you would get in a module in Smart. Then when we start up this ad campaign product, that's not going to live in Smart just because it's going to live on your social media pages. I'm curious how you actually are tracking your results right now. Are you tracking them in Smart, or how are you
I
putting together
I'm
that it's working for you? Are you
literally
asking your
just going to a
customers,
well,
how did you
literally
find
I like
us?
a yeah, exactly. So like the ad I'll run it for, and it's not that much, right? It's just $100. But just because I'm like, okay, I don't want to spend too much, because if I don't want to just be throwing money down the toilet, because I'm like, this isn't working. But it is
Yeah.
working, where I'm like, oh, there's this customer that has let's say, has surpassed $200, and I'm like, this one single customer has already paid for that one ad for multiple places,
Mhm.
and that wasn't the only one. And so I'm like, oh, this definitely works, and again, I haven't gone to some agency and asked them to set it up for me. It's like I just open
But
up
did you track
and
that customer journey from them seeing your ad, clicking
yes,
on it,
yeah,
creating a customer account, and then
yes,
having orders? Okay.
yes, exactly that, and then just going through the customer and being like, oh, this, just going through their statistics, and I'm like, oh, this customer has surpassed that budget of just $100, and that's just with one customer, and there's been a couple. So in my mind, I'm like, it works, but I just want to be able to create more targeted ads, because again, I have kind of built them myself just through Canva, then plugging
Mhm.
them in there, and the whole backline of opening up a business Facebook page and running ads there. Like I did that, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's super boring. I don't like it. I don't like, because it's just like, this isn't me. I'm not a.
Yeah.
I mean, I want. It's not about becoming, but I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be stuck in the computer for hours just clicking things. It's just. But I know people want to do that. I know it's easier. I have done it, but I would rather. I want more help, and
Sure.
I feel like
Sure.
Smart can definitely help me out.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
just
Well, I'll
because
pass your name along, because when this does get really up and running, because like I said, we are doing it on Google right now. It's called Performance Max Campaign, a specific kind of targeted campaign. Um, but we're going to try adding in all these other platforms pretty soon. But let me just go back one more time. How are you knowing that that customer came from Facebook? Are you using like a tracking link?
um well, basically they're by their name. Like by their name, I'm like, oh, this, because it's a real Facebook on person, right? And I mean,
Okay.
and again, I meant they're real, and so they'll be like X and Y. And then I'm like, oh, this person is already fine. And then they do it all themselves. They'll see the ad. And then our website is super simple. You could check it out, because I don't want to have a bunch of pages and stuff like that. Because I'm like, I just want them to literally, as soon as they can go to our POS, and they give me their email, name, and phone number and credit card, I'm like, this is like, it's money on the table. I don't need to bombard them with more ads. They're already in there. I already have their
Mhm.
phone number. And so I see that, and then they'll request. We only have a 2-day route, Wednesdays and Saturdays. So we're not like you know, we can return you if you drop it off today. We won't be able to give it to you tomorrow. But most of our customers are okay with that. They're like, oh, take your time. And I do see that. That's literally how I'll be able to track. I'm like, this person signed up. This is who they are. And then it'll be actually me that communicates with them. It'll be like, oh, thank you for so and so. We noticed that you schedule. We will be there this hour. And then again, sometimes it'll actually be myself or some employee that we have. They'll get the clothing. We'll process
Okay.
them. They'll pay. And that's basically kind of the way I'm doing it, kind of
Yeah.
manually. Just again, I find it very tedious, super boring. Don't want
Yeah.
to do it, but there's a lot of
Yeah.
value in it. That's in my eyes, and I just,
Yeah.
it
It
wasn't a
is
question. That's
valuable.
why I
It
had a
is
lot of
very
curiosity.
valuable. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, yeah.
without a doubt, it's how people are getting their customers. Um, so yeah, great. I'll put you on the list.
And
And I
then you
saw
you
someone,
you said in about a couple months, you guys are already running something aside
we're
from Google with certain companies, correct?
we just have Google right now, but we are going to be ramping up a new program. We have to build it out. So give us, I don't know, a month to 2 months to get it up and running and priced out, and and then I saw someone else put in the chat that they're interested. So absolutely. As soon as this is ready to go, we will contact you and let you know all the details. So,
Perfect. And
yeah,
again, thank you for all your
it's
time.
good typing. It's good timing for this because yeah, we're really working on it right now. So awesome.
That was it.
No problem. And remind me the name of your business.
It's a Steam and Press.
Steam and
Very
Press. Okay.
yeah.
Do you guys do social media by chance? Do you also do your own content, or do you use Facebook and Instagram and all that?
Everything that we launched, whether it's through Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, we made it in house. Basically, myself and the owner just kind of sit down. We come up with ideas, and then it's worked. Again, we haven't regarding Google. Like Google is definitely our go-to, but we haven't spent any money on Google, like not a single dollar. But those reviews are coming in, people are coming in, people are calling, and a lot is through Google, and it's basically through you guys. Like the fact that we have those Google reviews is because I'll ask a customer, like if I feel like there's a good interaction, and I'll try to have them, if I can see them 3 times, I'm like, oh, I've seen this customer 3 times, I have to ask this customer. And it's kind of, for me, it's basically like a letter of recommendation. And it's like, hey, if you've been happy, it means a lot to us. You don't have to. As well as the other one is when they want to tip, they're like, oh, how can I tip you guys, or how can I your team? Like you leaving us your word on Google is like the biggest tip you could possibly give us. And I feel like it does work. I do see it. And again, it's been through you guys, through the texting, through the phone number that we have connected through you guys.
Cool. Great. Yeah, keep going if that's working for you. Yeah, we do have the automated reviews product if and when you want to use that, which means you don't have to do it yourself. It goes out once a month, or you can actually change that cadence, but that's our default is once a month. Customers will get a request to review your services after they've had an order completed. So that's always an option, is to sign up for that product or that solution, and then you don't have to think about it. You just turn it on, you connect your Google business profile, and those links go out that directly connect someone to Google to leave a review. And then you can
again,
also get direct feedback from that too. If someone didn't have a good experience, you're still asking for feedback, but they can actually give you a message directly, which maybe they wouldn't have made the effort to do that. But if they get a message and they're like, oh, I wasn't so happy with this, they can actually write you right then and there, and then you'll get that feedback and help you in the
that's
future.
actually kind of the way we do it. Is I don't want to say I'm winging it, right? Because I'm feeling I'm like, this person had a good customer experience with us. But to your point, like they'll be like, oh, I wasn't so happy. They'll just text that through our POS. Literally, that like, because I'm using only a single phone number, and I think Tyler told me sometimes numbers get blocked, but so far it hasn't happened, which I'm glad. But
you should be a little careful though, because the carriers are being much more vigilant every single day. They're more vigilant about what you're texting, and through Smart, you're only like approved to send business messaging. And the minute you start doing marketing messaging, you might get blocked. They've definitely blocked some of our customers before who didn't think that it was gonna be a problem, and it really is a problem. So,
because the way I also try to do it by like bombard more than I think of like 25 customers or 50 customers. I literally think of like, oh, I can think of like 10, 15 people, and that sometimes that's even a lot. And I also don't copy and paste it from wherever I literally try to build
well,
it.
that's good.
I
It's
go to
more
the
natural,
settings.
you're saying. It's more like in the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the that's it. That's essentially. And to your point again, if there's kind of that not necessarily satisfied, they'll just be like, hey, I didn't want to leave the feedback on Google. I'm just giving you that feedback, through the system. And again, we'll be like, oh, thank you so much, blah blah blah, and so and so. I don't want to bore you with, but yeah, that's just kind of how it goes.
Okay. Yeah, just don't do it too often because it may get flagged.
Yeah, certainly.
It's so we do always get someone a different phone number when they get on our marketing, so that way it's separated, and it keeps those
But
messages.
isn't that run through Twilio? Same thing? Isn't it basically the same? It's just basically like a different
It's
phone
a
number, right?
different number, but you're actually registered for a different campaign. So when you're using business texting, you have a campaign that's just about business messaging. And then when we get you the marketing number, even though it's your same company name and you have a different number, you're actually registered for more of a marketing campaign. So that allows you to do any marketing texting that you need to without getting flagged. And the importance of separating those is that if someone doesn't want marketing messaging and they say block your number, then they will never get your business messaging anymore either. So they're
So once they say stop, it blocks both phone
once
numbers,
no.
or
If you have a marketing number and they say stop, it only blocks the marketing texts and they'll still get your business texts. But that's yet another
got it.
reason that it's good to keep those separate is not just for the carriers, but also your customers. They can pick and choose. They're okay getting marketing or not. And
Got it.
reinstating someone. So if someone accidentally says stop and they want to re-get your messages, it's a very hard process. Like, I think you actually have to go straight to Twilio with like a special request. Like this customer wants to re-opt in. It's not a very easy opt-in. Sometimes it can be, but it's once they've gotten that initial text to opt in, and if they opt out, I'm not sure. Is that right, Tyler? It's hard to opt back in again. Oh, it's not. Okay. I think for
They just say
marketing it
start, right?
might
They just
be.
have to say
They have to
start,
say
right?
start. Okay.
No,
I
but
thought for some
again, to your
reason it was
point, that makes a
harder.
lot of sense of getting, because I, again, personally having a, just because I have an iPhone, right, and I get a lot of texts from literally any service you go to, and I'm like, I don't, even if yeah they've been doing business for a while, I'm like, it just feels annoying, like another
Yeah.
phone number, random phone number. I'm like, who is this? Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like especially the younger you are, or even if you're 35, 45, and you're like, where did you get my data? Like, why are you texting?
Yeah.
That's because I sometimes our customers from us, they're like, is this you guys? And they're like, yes, this is us.
Mhm.
Save it under us. Just because sometimes people are like, I mean, I know SMS is really, really important, but even people, they're like, oh, you don't have to text me, don't worry about it. But it's still
Mhm.
very, very valuable in my eyes, and it makes a lot of
Yeah.
sense what you just said about the having those different phone numbers be different, and if one does stop, it's just for the marketing, but the other one is kept
Yeah.
to be able to still communicate with the customer.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
That was it. Thank you again for
Okay.
all your time.
So welcome.
All right, looks like we had a few people join since the initial start. Just to let everybody know, we are in just an open theme today. There's no guidelines set. So if you do have questions, go ahead and hit that react button down at the bottom, and then click the raise hand, and then we can take your question as it pops up.
So while we have quiet, I think I'll just review because there's nothing else being asked about what marketing products we offer and what they do. So just in case anyone's interested, so we have a marketing module that is available when you subscribe. It won't show up on your dashboard until you subscribe. It gets activated, but once it gets activated, there are 3 products inside. One is Smart Campaigns, which are ongoing automated campaigns of there's 17 types, and they're for all different types of customers, all different reasons. We have lost customers, we have thank you to your biggest customers, we have you still have something in inventory that you haven't picked up. Upsell by department, which means you're trying to get people to use different departments they haven't before, which may be shirts, which may be dry cleaning, maybe households, things like that. There's also another type of messaging, which is like blast messaging, which is like one-off. So let's say you're having a sale or you have a special announcement, things like that. It's actually included if you're paying for campaigns, but you can also just sign up for only doing one-off messages, which you would set up yourself one by one. You can do email and or SMS. We have an SMS template library that then you can edit those templates. You don't have to recreate everything from scratch. They're really nicely done, and you can just change wording, change coupons, things like that. And all the metrics from what you're sending actually are visible in Smart. So you'll see how many messages you sent out, how many people open them, and then each customer record shows which messages they've gotten, which is really nice. Because then you can see, who's getting what. And then the third thing in that module is called Smart Reviews, which is your online reputation management. It starts with a request for feedback. Did you have a good experience or not a good experience? If it was good, they can leave you a Google review. If it wasn't, they can send a message directly to you through the basically through the customer app, which is, goes into the POS. So those are the in-app marketing products, but then we also have a social media content product, which is we make 3 posts per week. We upload it to a third-party platform. If you are a subscriber, you would log in. You basically just connect all of your social media accounts, and then when the content gets put in every month, it gets automatically scheduled to all of your accounts, and you can actually go in, you can say, oh, I don't like this one, or I want this on a different day. You can move things around, but it's really made to just fill your social media calendar 3 times a week, every week of the year. So we have like holiday stuff in there, fashion tips, clothing care tips, reminders to use dry cleaning, pretty photos, good captions, all of that. And it can go to all of your accounts all at once. You don't have to do anything actually. If you're good with it, it just goes out and you have automatic social media presence 3 times a week. So those are like the core products. We make websites. So those are designed in-house. You can do just a simple 1-page website, or you can do 5 pages and up. The 5 pages would be like about us and your services, your delivery, anything you want to sort of promote on your website with a login to Smart to create an account or log into their account. And it also has rotating content so that the website always has something fresh on it, which is really good for Google. They like seeing constant updates and constant content being put in. So it sort of helps your SEO a little bit because it just makes the website look, as updated as possible rather than just sitting on a shelf, not being touched for 4 years and looking dusty. So that's a great product, and we've had a lot of people sign up for our websites. And then, the ad product is sort of in beta until we really build it out full-fledged, but that'll be coming in the next couple of months. So if anyone here is interested in anything, the pricing, learning more about it, we just ask that you call your sales rep if you know who they are, or you can just send a message to sales@smartsystems.com and someone will get in touch with you. And we do have a customer success associate here who, when you sign up, walks you through your business, says, okay, what are your goals? What are you trying to do? Where are you feeling good? Where do you want to improve? And they'll help you make like a marketing plan for yourself. And then once a quarter, you get a check in to just see how things are going, make sure everything's on track. And actually, we also, if you're subscribed to all 3 of our core products, you're what called white glove status, which means we'll actually do even more for you. We'll create campaigns for you. We'll create social media for you. We'll give you a lot more hands-on help and support so you can really do a lot with your marketing with the white glove. You can come to us with any ideas. We'll build it for you, help you with your email designs, things like that. So we have the DIY options and then the full marketing sort of agency option as well. So figured I would just use our time to give you guys a quick overview. And happy to take any questions.
And could you remind me your name again?
My name is Denise.
Denise,
Goldstein.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Denise. Just a quick question. I think you might have ran it over. How much is for the if one was interested in you guys pumping out basically our social media content? How much is that? How much is that? And then I know you said you're kind of still in beta in terms of running ads. Would that be associated in the future if you're like, oh, we're already making this content for let's say us or whoever, and then running ads? How much is that right now?
So those are two different things. So the content itself are just posts. That's $2.99 a month. And like I said, it's 3 posts a week, every week of the year. If you wanted us to do ads, that would be almost it's a whole different subscription. Um, I'm hesitating to give you the pricing right now because we are going to be building out a whole new program. I'll just have someone email you and I'll have my associate email you and he can give you sort of the lay of the land where we are right now. And then we'll keep you informed as that program gets pulled together.
Okay. Do you want me to just to pop up my email right here to the
Sure.
chat or
Yeah,
just
yeah,
send
you
it?
can.
And
Yeah.
then you again, whenever you guys do run that, you could
Yeah.
run it run it through us. And then again, I'm definitely very interested in this just because again, I find sometimes to this type of work to be very tedious, and I'm like, I don't want to be
Mhm.
staring at a screen all day, you know. And if I could
Yeah.
just have that, I could do something else rather than I don't know, looking at links all the
Yeah.
time and connecting them. It's just I don't know, super
Yeah.
boring.
I feel like some people see it as a game or like a winning and losing. Like if you're really competitive, it's like I want to make this work. I want to win. I want to win all these customers for somebody. Like there's a certain personality that loves advertising because they love to see results and they love to have, bring success for their customers. So yeah, it can be really fun for some people, especially if you want to get really creative, come up with some like fun.
Yeah, I definitely do think that I'm with you on in terms of like making ads, make it not necessarily just definitely that, but sometimes like the back end of just like, oh, now I have to, especially because I've realized it with Facebook ads, it's aside from the content, right? That's one aspect of it, and someone could spend plenty of time doing that work, and then there is running the ads and making sure that it's being sent to the right demographics and you have set it up that customers do come in. And again, the way that I tried it, I did see some result and I was like, oh, this definitely works. I have to basically kind of just invest more into it, put more money into it, put more hours into it, have some
Yeah.
understanding to it. Then I guess we could have hired some agency, right? And they could have done it for us, but I feel a little bit better understanding, be like, no, I already did create this,
Yeah.
rather than that makes a lot of sense to me.
Yeah. Have you considered are you interested in other places besides just Facebook?
Um, ba- basically, there's I think we have Nextdoor too. I'm not
Mm,
familiar how big Nextdoor is, but I
mm,
mean, again, we've created those accounts basically in house to this computer or the computers that we have at our stores. Um, Nextdoor, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I don't want to touch. I don't want to touch TikTok. I mean, I'm assuming
yeah.
I'm assuming a lot of people like it. I don't have TikTok. I don't want to touch it. I just don't. I don't know. I feel like I'm willing to learn another platform. I'm willing to learn that it's something. And it has nothing to do with if I like it, right? I mean, it really just depends. I just don't like TikTok. I'm assuming there's a lot of value to it. I'm assuming there's a lot of people that could break it through there, but I personally just don't like it. I just the whole app, the whole content in there, just doesn't. I'm assuming people are probably working on it and it works for them. But
Yeah.
for me and for us, we just don't want to
Yeah.
touch that just because I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and so do you do Facebook posting as well to your own
Yeah,
account? You do.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. And the way, just kind of to be transparent, the way it started, basically used all my friends, right, or the people that I went to school with at the beginning, to be like, hey, like our page, and it was very Seattle based, so it was definitely And I realized, oh, it's gathering all the information from basically my friends or the area, and then I started to run ads based on that, and I just saw the results, and I'm like, oh, I have to find more customers, different customers that when they see whether it's Facebook or Instagram, and it's not about the likes, right? But it's like there's some engagement to it. There's some engagement. They comment, they like it, and I'm like, oh, okay, this works. And it's not about, you know, getting a million views on. And I think there's some good dry cleaners. I think Yale. I don't know if it's Yale cleaners. I don't know. There's some dry cleaners that have like a hat, and they make really good content. They basically record themselves and promote. And I'm like, whoa, this is like really nice, you know. And something kind of like that, you know. I could never see myself putting my face. Maybe some of our employees might, but putting my face, I just don't see, you know, some people can do that. I just don't want to. Rather just literally building like a faceless account that you can run ads through there, you know, and it's like, oh, there's a photo of a wedding gown, there's a photo of a leather jacket, there's a photo of uniforms, you know, that's kind of what I want.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are trying out their own content right now. I've been seeing a lot of dry cleaners making fun posts with people who work for them. Someone in Seattle, actually, I think it's Fresh and Clean.
Yeah, I
They
think
have
that guy like
a purple
a
logo.
robot suit.
He's been doing some hysterical, like little guy like running across the screen. Like I was just watching it the other day and I'm like, that's so adorable. Um, yeah, it's cute. It's very cute. You can really build a personality on there. Um, but I will say if you're going to try to do your own, you have to be really careful with your pictures because if they're really bad or dark, it's going to turn people off completely. So you really just have to be very mindful about what you're posting, because you don't want to give a negative impression of your business by accident, you know. Um, but I think most people, as long as you're having fun with it, it works. You know, you just give yourself a laugh, like. And I would love to see more people like actually talking to their real customers, like, how are you doing? How'd you like your thing? Like, how did we do for you? People love like real world, real life kind of stories and behind the scenes, things like that.
Yeah, I'm
So yeah,
definitely on you on
have
that.
fun with it. Yeah, just experiment. Yep.
That was
It's
it. That was it. Thank you again for your time.
yeah, no problem. We always like hearing what people are doing.
Hey, Brandy, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Oh, can you
Oh,
hear me
I can
now?
hear you. Yep.
My question is when someone does the marketing or the promotion that is sent out to them, and they already have a permanent discount on their account, it won't let them, it don't remove the permanent one and put the marketing one in place because sometimes the marketing one is better than the one they currently have. Um, I just noticed some of the CSRs are having trouble with that, and then like it's not allowing them to like switch over, or once it's up there, it won't, you know what I mean, show again kind of thing.
Yeah. So it is something that's built, that's the way that the coupon system is built. So there's two things. One is if you have a permanent discount and that's going to apply to every single item in your price list,
Mm-hmm.
then the only way to go about around that is to make your coupon combinable with that discount. But the problem is then they're going to get two discounts.
Yeah.
There's no way to kind of pick and choose, unfortunately. It's definitely something that we would like to change about Smart, but it's kind of not on the docket quite right now. So yes, if someone has a permanent discount and you don't make those two discounts combinable with each other, then unfortunately you're going to be blocked from using that other coupon.
Okay.
And yeah, if you have them combinable, then unfortunately then they might get both.
Yeah.
The only other way to get around that, which is going to sound very complicated, is if you make the permanent discount, let's say only applicable to, let's say, dry cleaning or to only certain departments, and then you have a coupon that works for a different department, then they would work together, but they can't both apply to like the same type of order. That's where we get in
Okay. Because
trouble.
I was like, well, maybe we're doing something, you know what I mean, that's, you know what I mean, not efficient, or I don't want to
Yeah,
use the
no.
word incorrect, but
No. Yeah.
uh
Yeah. A lot of it's definitely a whenever we get someone on our marketing program, one of the first questions that we ask is, do you have a lot of people who have a permanent discount? So if someone, let's say, has like a VIP program, let's say, and you put that VIP program on a lot of your customers, it's going to be hard to do marketing with other coupons because they won't work together.
Okay, so I'll just need to
Yeah.
just kind of just look out for my notes and go back and try to fix it the best as possible.
Yeah, it's kind of all about how you set up those promotions and what departments are applicable under those promotions. So as long as you have different departments for all of those, they can work. Is that right, Tyler? Yeah, because essentially the system is just going to block you from on each order. It's going to check and see if there's an applicable discount. And if there's already one that applies to that order, that second one will be blocked. But as long as those are in different buckets, so let's say you want to do comforter discounts, you could actually exclude comforters from that permanent discount and then make a promotion for comforters, and then those could actually be used at the same time. But you just have to make sure that permanent discount excludes certain items that you then want to be able to do special sales on.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right.
which is what I recommend, honestly, because for a permanent discount, you may only want that to apply to, let's say, dry cleaning or shirts, the kind of less pricey items. That way you can leave your pricier items without discounts and or be able to run special promotions on those specifically.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
all
Yeah.
right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thanks for asking.
Now, I do want to say you still want to, whenever you're doing two promotions like that, you still want to make sure that they are, that you check them off as they have the ability to both be used at the same time. I forget what the term is called, but combine, yeah, a combinable promotion. So just make sure that those are combinable, and then definitely test it before you actually release it out to, the public of your customer base.
Okay,
And then if you do create it and then you're like, hey, I just want to verify that all my steps are correct and that it's going to work, you can always send us in a ticket and be like, hey, can you guys just double check me on this promotion? I think I've made it correctly. And then we can do some testing on it too.
okay,
I think it's testing, just making like a fake order and then trying to put both coupons on and seeing what happens. Yeah.
All right. I think we'll probably just wrap it up here unless if anybody has any closing questions or comments. We'll just post the poll, and then hopefully everybody has a great rest of the week.